What is up, everyone? It is the Vibe Kage here with a brand new What If. And first, I'd like to say thank you for almost getting me to 30 subscribers. I'm very fucking surprised. I will be doing the What If Deku was a hybrid, What If Deku was a Joestar, and all the other What Ifs. I'll be releasing sequels to them a lot more coming up this weekend. On Saturday, expect like a few videos to be uploaded, like heavily. And I will have like one or two videos uploaded on Thursday or Friday, but for sure on Saturday 4 videos definitely, because yeah. And so this What If is what if Deku was cheated on, and I'm gonna take some inspiration by other What If people and just say that UA is a college in this one. And hold up. As I was saying, like, my brother needed something, so that's why I had to stop it real quick. But no, as I was saying, in this What If, UA is going to be a high school. And so not a high school, college. And, okay, so Izuku does meet everyone who was in the first UA in a middle school, and that's just UA Junior. Junior high. And then there's just UA University, in a sense. And at the junior school is when he does meet Uraraka, and they date the 3 years there. And now that they're in college, 3-year anniversary comes up. And in case you're wondering, it's not Bakugo, because Izuku still has what is this? So Izuku did have One for All, but he was quirkless at first. Deemed quirkless. Or at least until he was 16. That's when All Might, found him and saying, yeah, I looked over it and your hero... Because he was in general studies at first. And support course. And all the gear that Melissa Shield, made, that battle gauntlet, Deku made it. And he does model all of his stuff after All Might majority of the time. So All Might's just yeah, so I'm going to offer you this quirk. Here it is. And this is how Deku is in middle school. He was more fit. And Bakugo and him were friends rather than Deku thinking he can be a hero. He's just it doesn't necessarily have to be a hero or a support hero or just make the gadgets. And he's the one who helps Bakugo design his gauntlets. And he even designs Bakugo rocket boots that on a full body suit pretty much let him harness his sweat and proportion it to wherever he needs to. And that's why him and Bakugo are legit shit good friends and the best of pals. So that's how that works. And it's their senior year. Everyone's getting ready, and Bakugo he helped Deku pick out an anniversary gift for Uraraka, and it's a diamond necklace that was 13k. And yeah, Momo sees it and she thinks Uraraka's gonna love it. And Momo ended up dating Ida in this What If for their junior school, high school years. And so Uraraka wanted to go with Deku to give her the necklace so she could see and take the photo, because yeah, Jiro and Kirishima are together. Mina and Bakugo are together. Tsuyu and Tokoyami got with it. Mineta dropped out of hero training, and in a sense just he works at an agency with female heroes, in a sense. He's submissive enough where he's yeah, dude, I don't care. I get to be around hot chicks. They come to me and I get to tell them things and pay them. So Mineta, he not in the hero course anymore. So here's the thing. And yet again, one of those things that if you were not reading the description and you saw that this video is 18 plus and you're oh, I don't know what that means. It means if you're not 18, please click off, because not the content made for y'all. Check out the other ones that I have. And if y'all don't like those, comment and give me some examples on where you want to improve it without all this adult business, you know? So, yeah. So, Momo and Izuku are walking to the dorms that they had, because they still kept the dorms, and the USJ incidents and all that stuff never happened. And in case you're wondering, what about Eri? Just because I feel like it's important to say this now, Eri does not exist in this world yet. She has not been born yet. Eri will be born later because, yeah, give me time. And so, as I was saying, Izuku and Momo are going to the dorms, and they're going to Uraraka's room, and it was empty. And like, they're wondering, well, who else can be here? And the only other person that they know is Ida. So when they're going, and it's Momo who's saying, let me knock first, because I know he likes, like, he's saying he was busy studying, because he was always worried about his human anatomy classes failing and all that shit. So Momo goes in, knocks on the door. Well, right as she's about to knock, she hears, faster, Ida, faster, faster, use your engines, damn it, use them. And yeah, no, Momo's just like, what the fuck? She does not open the door, and she says, no, that wasn't. And Deku's just like, what's wrong? And then he hears it. You like that? You like that, Uraraka? Take it! Take it! Recipro! Not! And yeah, after that, Deku just breaks down the door. And hold up. Sorry about that. I had to go pay a bill, so I arrived at the place because I don't live too far from it. So yeah, back to the story. Ida goes, Recipro nuts! And Deku hearing that, and he has about 15%, and he figured out full cowling right away after he got him. So he's only had the quirk for about maybe 3 months. So everyone just thinks he's like, it was really weird, but late bloomer. And yeah, he hasn't told Uraraka about that, or Bakugo. No, so far it's just him and All Might who just know. And Night Eye, and Gran Torino, and Nezu, because he's the principal, and he heard that this is going to be All Might's successor. Now, All Might still had that fight with All For One. It's just that, like, for 3 years, he was just pretty much doing hero work without really... Like, I'll say there was just better people to treat him, and that's why he was able to last up to 3 years. And now, like, now that it's the college year, he's pretty much as weak as he was when we were in the canon. But Deku... poor Deku. He ends up beating the ever-loving fuck out of Ida and breaks the man's leg. And throws him out the window. Momo just fucking tases the shit out of Uraraka. Like, fuck nah. Momo throwing hands too. She throwing them good hands. And this is not a Momo Deku one. It's just that they both got fucked over and, yeah, now they're hurt. So, and yeah, Ida's just like, this is very villainous. And then Deku's saying, shut the fuck up, coming from the guy who just fucked my girlfriend and then cheated on his own. And like, as he's wailing, I'll say All Might throws his own smash to send Deku off of him. And yeah, this is not good for Deku, because All Might's saying, what the fuck, Midoriya? You cannot do that. And Deku's just like, he fucked my girlfriend of 3 years. He even pulled out the necklace that he had bought for Uraraka. And All Might's just like, okay, still, that is not you went too far. You broke the man's leg. And Deku's just like, I would have broken his spine if you didn't stop me. And All Might's just saying, all right, that's it. Give me back the quirk. And Deku's just saying, fuck you. And All Might punches him. and saying, "Give me back the quirk, Midoriya. I made a mistake making you my successor." And Deku looks at All Might and saying, "Yeah, and I made the mistake of looking up to you." And he spits at All Might's face and saying, "There's the fucking DNA." And it was like blood and spit at All Might's face as Deku just passes out. And All Might's just like, I'm about to punch this man. Because when he spat right at All Might's lip. So All Might does have the quirk now, but it was in such a fucking disrespectful way that All Might really wanted to just break Deku's face right now. And All Might's just like, yeah. He tells Nezu, this kid will only have remnants of One for All. Don't expect him to pass. If anything, he might just stay back into his support course. And that's how that goes. But while Deku is passed out, he hears a voice. Do you want power, young man? I am Zagrid, feared by the devils, envied by man, and yet it was man who dropped me many years ago, before the birth of quirks, when magic still ruled. I was the one who was destined to take the throne of the world, but I lost. And in my dying breath I said rebirth, reincarnate. And now, you are the vessel, but I am too weak. My power will be yours if you say yes. My ability, Kotodama, lets me speak my thoughts into reality, with limitations such as you need an insane amount of stamina and energy, for you are conjuring these objects into the material world. And if you wish to use my power, you will use my voice when you speak. You, Izuku Midoriya, are my successor. To which Izuku's just like, you know what? The last guy who made me his successor was a piece of shit. If you can guarantee that this power will eclipse his, then I'm going with it. And Zagreus just like, yes, my power is something that eclipses all mortals. You will become a half-devil. Your eyes will glow red, and horns will sprout if you let them. A full devil mode will be when your wings and tails come. But that won't be for at least a year. I will need to gather strength within your soul. I will cease to exist, Midoriya. So when I merge with you, you will gain all the knowledge I have stolen. It won't be pleasant. And then Midoriya says yes. And cut to 2 weeks later. Izuku is out of, like he's conscious again. And everyone's just like, you were in a coma for 2 weeks, bro. And his hair turned black. And no one knew why. And so Uraraka and Ida did try and talk to Momo and try to apologize to Izuku, but Izuku wasn't awake, so Momo stayed with Izuku the entire time. And when Uraraka asked her what she's doing here, Momo just looked at her and saying, he needs a friend, not a whore. And yeah. And when Ida's saying that's no way to talk, Momo just shoots him with a stun gun. not even like in saying you are a cheater. You're not allowed to act high and mighty. And so yeah. And everyone now knows that Ida fucked Uraraka, cheating on Momo. And they're like, of all the people that they expected that from, Ida was definitely not the one. But here's the thing. Ida, he's an entitled motherfucker in this one. So when he got Momo, it was because he wanted Momo because she was rich. And he was rich. And he thought it's good for their quirk bloodline. Like shitting like that. But when Momo didn't want to put out for like their year of dating, he just said, alright, then I'm gonna just start using a different chick. And it was Uraraka. And yeah. And I know, like, the main thing is because I always hear it's Bakugo fucking Uraraka, and I'm like, I get it, but let me switch it up a bit. And so yeah. And if y'all don't know who Zagreus is, it's, and huge spoiler for like people who are just barely watching Black Clover, it's their devil, the first devil that's meeting. Not the anti-magic devil, which I do know his name. But it's only because it was recently released in the manga, so I'm not gonna say anything for people who don't know what the HEDM guy is, our devil. It's just, fuck, man, his story was sad. And y'all like, you're sympathizing with the devil. Well, damn fucking right I am. And yeah, so Zagreus lost to Asta and the other anti-magic demon, or devil, and in his last dying breaths, he's said to be reincarnated. And so yeah, grimoires no longer exist because all magic was sealed off. The magic stones were used, and the magic stones broke. No more magic. Zagreus just happened to tap in the last minute. And so here's the thing. When Izuku wakes up and he's told, like, and he remembers that All Might took back the quirk, but then he remembers she has a new quirk. And here's the thing, the new quirk of Word Soul, that's what Kotodama means, it's just Word Soul. And Deku could speak pretty much make things out of anything. It merged with the stockpiling remnant of One for All, and the Kotodama Devil, the Word Soul magic power overtook it and absorbed it all into itself, and is now a lot stronger. And so Deku actually has kept the flames and strength boost of One for All, but like only to 15% is his max strength. But the rest of the power is now in the Word Soul one. And yeah. And no one knows about not even All Might knows about this. And Izuku's not gonna fucking tell All Might. He does see Momo, and he asks Momo why she's still there with him. And Momo's just like, Ida also left. Like, she can't be with Ida. And she doesn't know who she can trust around, like, the other classmates now, because, yeah. Because she doesn't know if, like, they knew and just didn't tell her. But she trusts Izuku. And I'll say Bakugo, like, he gets word that Izuku's awake, and he's mad at the nerd. And he's saying, once you get better, we'll beat the shit out of Ida. And then he looks at Momo! I'll go like, can you make us weapons? And Momo's just like, don't tempt me, Bakugo. Don't tempt me. And Bakugo's just like, oh shit. Okay. And Deku's just like, hey, Katsuki. Do you want to train again? And Bakugo's like, what? He says, yeah. I feel like I've reached my physical limit when it comes to strength. But my power, my rage, I feel it. It triggered something else. And he wants to get physically stronger so he can use his new power more effectively. And this is what Deku's going to look like now, but muscular as fuck. And yeah, so his hair is black, his eyes are red. fucking hella tattoos, got the punk rocker vibe going on like a motherfucker. And yeah, that's how Izuku just is right now. And let's see. Like everyone pretty much is going into the college now. They're seeing each other and they're doing another test of like where you'll be placed. Whether it's for first years, it's 1A, 1B, 1C, general studies and support. And Ida's leg is just barely fixed up enough to where he can compete, but he knows he's still restricted as fuck because he pretty much is still at his senior high school growth level, not like where everyone else who's actually been able to train at. And I'll say Uraraka and Ida have not seen what like Deku at all because Deku ignores them. Like he got a new phone and everything. And he gave his number to Momo, Bakugo, Kirishima, Todoroki, and all their partners. So that's how that's going. And let's see, what was it? Yeah. All Might sees like Izuku, and he didn't recognize him at first. He was just like, ugh. I guess even delinquents want to try and be a hero, because All Might's more judgmental now. And then when Deku sees him, he scowls at All Might and flips him off right away. And everyone just sees this. Like, not even the school has begun, and Izuku's already flipping off All Might. And he straight up says, fuck you, Toshinori. And then All Might's just like, Midoriya. And he gets mad. So he rushes to Izuku, and Izuku, he just goes like, repel. And All Might got sent back to where he was. And All Might was just like, what the fuck was that? And Bakugo and Momo are with him because they've seen Deku and he's explained his power to those two and only those two. That in a sense, he speaks his will into fruition now. And yeah. And that's why at first his body was just getting remotely stronger so he can handle this new ability. And every time he uses it, his voice distorts. And it sounds like a fusion of Zagrid and his voice. So, yeah. And he just continues to walk. And everyone saw him just say a word and sent All Might back. So, they terrified as fuck, but they're also hella intrigued. And this is when Jiro sees him for the first time. And, like, she points out that she loves the t-shirt for Deku. And Deku's just like, thanks. It's good to see you, Jiro. He pets her on, like, not pets her, but, like, taps her on the shoulder. And he's saying, I've missed you, definitely. And he's saying he hopes to see her in class. And Jiro's just like, okay. And, yeah. Momo and Bakugo see Jiro, and they also explain, like, yeah, no, some shit happened. This new power of his is... They even say it's called Kotodama. Oh shit. Let's see my friend real quick. I just saw my friend Jose. He was in Las Vegas last week and now he's back. So, gotta greet the homie, you know? And, okay, where was I? So yeah. Momo and Bakugo explain to Jiro, like, Deku's word's full power. And, like, it's, like, really different Izuku now. When they are, like, and Jiro's like, what do you mean, different Izuku? Momo then whispers a few things that I'm gonna get into in the next part, and Jiro's eyes just widen in, like, shock. Momo just nods her head. And Jiro's just like, I mean, I know Uraraka kind of broke his heart, but, like, to go from bubbly Midoriya to this, Jiro was just shooketh. And yeah. And so rather than do, like, villains, robots, the exam, once the written exam goes, it's like people will end up fighting other upperclassmen, and if they can get like not enough points in a sense, and they win. And the only difference is, to pass for Izuku, they had him fight Ingenium, Ida's older brother, because Ingenium was kind of pissed at Izuku breaking his brother's leg, thinking that was overboard, but he also was very pissed off at Ida. And so yeah, the fight first with Ida and Ingenium. Ingenium pretty much lets his brother win, but he says he's gonna go all out on Izuku. And yeah, Ingenium even takes Trigger, quirk boosting drug, and tries to like speed blitz Izuku until Izuku just says fall, and boom, he gets slammed into the ground. And Deku says, wait, double, crush, fall, be squashed. And pretty much each time he's saying something, like the crater's just growing and growing and growing. And Deku still has his hands in his pockets right now. He's not even in a battle stance. He's even wearing the same outfit. Not even a hero costume like how some people are. And so yeah, Ingenium's really struggling to get up. And then Izuku pulls back his fist because he still has 15%. So Deku then jumps up in the air, and with his fist, he just yells, Devil Smash. And once he hits Ingenium, and he hits Ingenium on the back, it shattered Ingenium's spine. Like, just completely crippled. Like, he got that Stain treatment. And in case you're wondering about Stain, he attacks later on in this year, yeah. The events of the manga are just happening in college. So, yeah. Izuku crushes Ingenium's spine and then just gets out of the crater. And everyone's rushing to Ingenium because, yeah. And then they're all looking at Izuku saying there's no way in hell he will ever be a hero now. And All Might's saying, yeah, you just crippled. And Deku just says, restore. And then Ingenium coughs up blood because his back is now fixed, but he's still got that ass whooping. And then Deku's saying there he can walk again. Shut the fuck up. And then he just walks away. And All Might is just like, there's no way in hell this kid. He probably got to All for One. And so now he's All Might is trying to like follow Izuku, to which Izuku says, All Might, if you follow me, I swear to hell I am going to send you to the fucking rings of outer space. And All Might's saying, pretty bold talk coming from a villain, to which Izuku's saying, yeah, whatever you say, you old man. You couldn't even save your teacher. Fuck should I care about what you have to tell me? And All Might was really about to punch Izuku. And then Izuku's saying, oh, looks like someone's starting to get mad. Mad like how I was when someone fucked my girlfriend. But you said I went overboard. You said a hero has to take it. So All Might, shut the fuck up before you get crushed like how your precious Nana Shimura did. And Deku, because he knew about Gran Torino, he's saying, how's your other guy? Gran Turbo or something? Oh, right. He died last year, huh? Old age. Must suck to see everyone you love die, huh, All Might? And All Might is really, like, he tells Midoriya, you utter one more word. And Midoriya says, what, you'll act like a villain and attack me? And All Might just fucking leaves. To which Deku's saying, he doesn't say anything, he just smirks and walks away. Because he's enjoying the Zagrid power. And Zagrid's personality of, I'm better than you, fuck you, like Bakugo's, not necessarily there. It's just, Izuku hates people. Like, he hates people. Like how Zagrid hates humans. Like, they have to prove their worth to Izuku. And, yeah. And to him, Ida, and Uraka, and All Might, all three of them motherfuckers worthless as shit. And I'll say Aizawa was one of the few people that like knew about Midoriya in middle school, in high school, and when he meets Midoriya again, he's surprised, saying, "Midoriya, what's with the look?" And Izuku just looks at him saying, "Well, the red eyes were new, the hair I woke up to, the tattoos I've modeled after certain people." And then he pulls down his shirt to show part of his right chest, and it shows two glowing red eyes around goggle with yellow goggles around it. And Aizawa's just like, "Wait, is that?" "Yeah, it's an Aizawa. It's an Eraserhead tattoo." And Eraserhead is just like, okay, that's new. And then Izuku's saying, "Well, if you compare, like, he even goes all out on the comparison between Aizawa and All Might on why Aizawa is just way fucking better. Because Aizawa thinks he has skills, and he's someone who, like, is genuine about caring about people. Because he is a realist and wants people to be safe. He's not like All Might, who just plasters a smile and then tells them that everything's going to be fine, when in reality the world is still fucking breaking and All Might has done nothing. And he even says that to Aizawa, and Aizawa's just like, man, All Might really pissed off this kid. And yeah, Izuku, he's not mad at Aizawa for anything. He's just like, yeah, in my opinion, you should be number one. And Aizawa's just like, because Izuku says, you gotta remember, it's about popularity now, and that's really fucking dumb. And, like, he straight up says, you erase villains' quirks, and you can handle multiple people fighting, and you are very tactical and skilled. That is not something to be, just to, like, scoff at. All Might's popular and strong, but he has no technique. He's a sloppy mess, and he probably couldn't teach anyone to save anything. And Aizawa's just like, fuck, I like this kid. Okay, problem child. Because he does know about Izuku beating the shit out of Ida and then breaking his leg. So the problem child nickname sticks. And then Izuku saying, I like that actually. And Aizawa's just like, huh. Okay, I can't wait to see you in my class. And Izuku's just like, I can't wait to learn. And yeah. So I'll go more into like background story for a smaller part in the next, which would be like the 1.5, if you will. Which I'll go into like his whole training with Bakugo, Momo, and everything that happened within the months of the new school year. But Izuku, he does have his devil form now. He can go full horns, black claws, wings, and a tail. And yeah. And if we want to do comparison, despite him only having the physical strength of, like, when he first got the power, he was at like 15%. No, his physical strength is pretty much a good 50 of All Might Prime. But triple that physical strength into the potential of his word soul power. And yeah, no, Deku is pretty much a broken as fuck. Because Bakugo, and this is just something I'd want to say, Bakugo tried to use his explosions one time to Izuku during their training one. And Izuku just said, negate. And no explosions came out. And yeah. Bakugo realizes that Izuku is truly something to be feared. And he is glad that he's a rival and a friend to him. Not an enemy like Ida, because holy fuck. They all saw how Ingenium just got bodied and washed. Like he was like nothing, honestly. And Ida does try and like go to, like, he goes to Ingenium asking if his brother's okay. And his brother just looks at him and saying, I think you pissed off the wrong person. As he like kind of passes out, because yeah, Deku fixed his spine where it's not broken, but that's just it. He still felt like all the fucking pain and damage. And yeah, so Ingenium's, he can still move. It's just that he is hospitalized for like 3 months until his body is fully like healed from all the damage. He can fully walk again. without limping. And he will always have flashbacks to what Izuku did to him. And yeah, Izuku does have like a whole devil move aesthetic now, besides his word soul one. So when he fights, he will use the word devil, demon, or hell in his moves. Wow, they're being noisy as fuck today. My neighbor's being dicks, I guess. Oh well. To continue on with the story, Izuku, he's not mad about, or like he don't hold any grudges to normal people. It's just that he don't really care about them. Like, to him, unless you can prove your worth, he don't really care if you die. And to him, it's not saving people. He just wants to stop like evil villains who don't know their place, and those who cause trouble for like people who are just trying to mind their own business. And yeah, one thing I will say is that Izuku, he does, how can I put it? He does underground like fight clubs, and that's where a lot of his experience came from when it comes to fighting. But no one actually gets close enough to fight him because of his word soul being able to send everyone back or just crush them. And here's one fun thing. The League of Villains have heard about how All Might pretty much returned, like took back his quirk. Or, correction, the spy that they had recorded Izuku and All Might's recording, like their conversation, and how All Might was saying Izuku's not a worthy successor. And then Izuku just spat in All Might's face with blood and spit. Some mucus too. He hawked it like a bloody loogie in a sense to All Might's face, landing right on his, like, the corner of his lips and shit. So they understand that Izuku madly disrespected One For All at All Might's face. He literally spat One For All right back at All Might's face. And yeah, One For All spat, yeah. And All For One is just like, okay, we gotta figure out how to get this kid on our side, because that was pretty fucking cool. All Might's just saying, like, I didn't know the kid had the quirk of being a savage, which surprised everyone. And like Tomura's just like, Master, what? And then All For One's just saying, yeah. Like, he just spat the power at All Might's face. I've never thought anyone would be so bold. And All For One just grabs his head and starts laughing, saying that kid is something else. So here's the thing. They did observe that Izuku has some sort of weird other power now, despite him not having One For All. So they can't even get close enough to him anymore to intrigue him, because they're like, they see how he can just say shit and shit happens, and they not really wanting it right now. Okay. Let's see, where was I going with this? Oh, fuck. Let's see what time it is. 12:10. I got time. I'll do a couple more minutes in this. Yeah, so Izuku, he kind of going through a man-whore phase too. Like, no relationships, just lots of one-night stands with multiple women. And so, yeah, his very first day of school, he comes in, and his neck is, besides the neck tattoos, people can see there's hickeys, and that he smells like perfume. And they're all wondering, where's their teacher? Because it's like 5 minutes later. And then Midnight just comes in, like, limping. And then she sees Izuku. And she realizes, you're a student? And then Izuku's just like, cool, I'm fucking the teacher. He just says it so boldly, and everyone's just like, what the fuck? Uraka, she's not in the same class as Izuku. She got put into 1B because fuck Zero Gravity gonna do when you can just speak that shit and send the bitch flying? Well, I can through infinity. No, the fuck you can't. You're gonna, like, crazy asshole. So yeah, like, people know Izuku fucked Midnight, and Midnight's just go like, alright then. And then Deku's saying, like, if you're still having trouble, I could. And I got like, fuck. Let me rephrase that. Deku sees that Midnight's still kind of limping, and then Izuku's just like, walk well again. And Midnight's just like, she feels her hips kind of be popped back into place. Because Deku's back shots have devil powers, my guy. So he did fuck Midnight, and Midnight's just like, okay, thanks. And then she also says, don't tell anyone. Like, she looks at the whole class, and she's just like, fuck. And to which Izuku just straight up says, yeah, I didn't tell her I was going to be in her class. I just hit on her. And next thing I knew, oh, yeah. And Izuku just, like, leans back in his chair, and he smirks, and he's saying, that was a great night. And Midnight's just blushing. And then everyone's just like, damn. Kirishima saying, dude, that is so fucking manly. And Izuku's just like, fist bump. Like, he stretches out his arm behind him, because Kirishima sits behind him. So Kirishima fist bumps him. Bakugo's just laughing, because he's just like, God damn, Izuku, what won't you do to pass? And then he looks at Bakugo and saying, you? Like, no, not you. Your mom? And everyone's just like, what the fuck? And Bakugo saying, like, you care to run that by me one more time? He's saying, I would not do your mom to pass. I would do your mom for shits and giggles, and then send you the video. And everyone's just like, what the fuck? This is not Izuku. But yeah, this is Izuku. Izuku don't give a fuck now. He did fuck, and here's the thing. He had already fucked Bakugo's mom, too. And that's what Momo was, like, something. One of the things that Momo told Jiro about, that Izuku ended up clapping Bakugo's mom. And Momo had walked in on it. And it took fucking forever for Bakugo not to lose his shit. But Bakugo eventually, like, he was pissed. But when he got his ass beat by Midoriya in just a regular hand-to-hand combat, like, Deku even says he'll wear something so he can't speak. And Bakugo could use his explosions if he wants. And Deku still won. So, he did tell Bakugo that if it makes him feel better, it was more of a heat of the moment, and he doesn't see himself doing it again. Unless he really, really wants to. So, yeah. And Bakugo, like, not forgiving, but forgiving Izuku, because he's like, I low-key miss the nerd. Ugh. But he can't deny that this is pretty cool of what Izuku's doing. Like, just being the whole, I'm the shit now, deal with it. So it does give him respect from Bakugo. And Bakugo's kind of mad at it because, yeah. And, yeah. 45 minutes is when I'll leave it off, so about another 2. Actually, comment what you guys think, or like who you want him to have a permanent relationship, because this won't be a harem Deku. He is a man whore. So if he's not in a committed relationship, he's saying that it's an open relationship. You feel me? So either the girl says yes 100%, like no other guy, just you, Deku will reciprocate the energy. But if they don't tell him, he's just gonna think it was just for the night, and then he's free to do whatever, because he's not being tied down for shit. He has very little attachments to the world, that where it's just more, he seeks pleasure, true, and that's why he has one night stands. And yeah. So yeah, comment who you think he should permanently end up with. And I'll say everyone who dated in high school now, they broke up, and characters are no longer going to be in there. Like Sugar Rush, he gone. Seto, he gone. Mineta gone. Higakure gone. Ojiro gone. Shoji's still there because I liked Shoji. You can add characters from like 1B or from other schools. Kami is definitely going to be in his classroom because, yeah, Deku definitely going to be clapping her soon. But if y'all want that to be a relationship, make sure you comment that at least. And here's the thing. In case you're wondering if he gets with Mirako, he might. I don't know. It's like, comment. Talk to me. Feedback would be much appreciated. And yeah. This is the first part of what if Deku was cheated on. And I hope y'all enjoy. I'm going to do some fun twists with it. And in case you're wondering, Eri is pretty much going to be the biological daughter of Izuku in this one. So Overhaul will not know about Eri's ability. But it's something that Izuku would definitely be trying to keep the hands out of most people. So comment who you think Eri's mom should be for Izuku to knock up. And because she's already going to get Izuku's red eyes, and the horn will also come from him. But the whole rewinding time thing is a mutation quirk that just happened. So it doesn't matter who the mom would be. Just who y'all think would work best. And yeah, but don't comment Uraraka because Deku definitely don't want none of that no more. And yeah. Hope you guys enjoy. I have to go get ready for work. But I will upload another video later tonight. Peace out.